Hello.
Hi. Welcome to our little world, to our little man cave. I call it my studio. My wife calls it my hideout, or my stinking cave. Okay, so this is the guitar setup that we used for recording Sickness Unto Death. It's based on the Mesa Rectifier Roadster amp, which I've used in channel 4 in modern mode for the basic rhythm sound. It's really basic metal sound. It's not hasn't much extras or anything. It has a tube screamer, of course, to give more tightness to the rhythm sound, and that's it basically. This is the guitar that I used for recording the album. It's a Schecter Hellraiser 7-string with Floyd Rose, and it's white. White is the new black. It has an 18-volt mod, EMG pickups. That's basically it. It's pretty nice actually. Okay, this is my pedalboard setup. I built this from wood and glued all the effects on it with double-sided sticky tape. So this is the Pod HD 500. I basically use that for switching the amp, and the amp is hooked up with a mini amp gizmo that makes it MIDI capable. So this just switches channels. And I also run it in the loop, and there I basically only use the volume pedal, and for the clean sound some chorus and delays and stuff. Actually it's hooked up via the 4-cable method, so I also have the Pod HD in front of the amp, but I rarely use it in front of the amp. And actually, using this box here, I can switch it in and out of the whole effects loop before the amp. So this is a 4-channel true bypass looper. And this is also MIDI controlled via the Pod HD, and this also switches, as I said, the front input of the Pod ID in and out the signal chain, the wah-wah pedal, and the 2 tube screamers. So I can basically program patches of the different channels of the amp, of the different configuration of the 4 effects here, and all the software effects of the Pod HD. You can program them into the individual patches. So this is nice. And then I have this relay line 6 wireless thing. And that's it basically. So it looks more complicated than it actually is. The cabinet is a Marshall vintage modern cabinet, so that's not exactly metal. It has some kind of greenbacks in it. Maybe vintage 30s would be better, but I think it sounds actually pretty nice. It is very linear sounding. Okay, so this is of course an SM57, which is used on all the recordings. I use only this microphone, nothing else. It's slightly off center, so I marked the right position here with a bit of chalk, so that I always have the right position.
Yeah, and the Sickness Unto Death is a, like we would call it, a doom metal project. People can argue a lot about categories and stuff. We think it's doom because it's dark and melancholy, and after hearing it you feel bad and you get into a bad mood. So sorry.
Ich glaube, es ist der cleanere, ruhige Song.
Mhm.
Anschluss noch nicht so gut.
Yeah, the basic song structures were written by me actually some time ago, so most of the songs are quite old. They're at least some of the songs are at least 2 years old, and I partially wrote them in the United States, where I was for 2 years, and I didn't feel very happy, and I guess this is where all this doom and gloom came from, so I wasn't feeling any good. So writing those songs was some kind of catharsis. I guess it needed to come out. So now that I've written all those songs, maybe it's time to move on to happier stuff, but not too happy, that would be too awkward.
You find also happy moments in our songs? Maybe in A Goddess in Dust, which is a very happy song, very happy sounding.
Yeah, actually, for Goddess in Dust was an experience for me. I just wanted to write the most depressing song that I could write. So then I kind of succeeded, I think. It's really depressing. It's also a very simple song, but that doesn't count. Just wanted to make it depressing, not complex or anything.
I don't have to record the vocals myself, so I have you.
I pushed the buttons.
Yes. And you do all the kind of auto-tune on it, so my voice is not gonna hurt someone.
Should I use Melodyne?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could also sing it yourself, but...
Actually, I sing it myself. I delete everything after you record it and sing it myself.
Okay.
Yeah. When we first started, he laughed about recording 100 takes and he thought it was totally crazy, but I guess we easily reached that number.
Ich nehme das auf, ja?
Ja?
Dann hat man es halt auch im Kasten zusätzlich.
Mach einfach eine Schleife, mal bitte. Auch von dem... Nur von dem ersten Gesangspart, das reicht völlig aus.
Yeah, basically, we're just recording once a week. Meeting here for 2 hours, getting vocals down. The rest of the week I'm editing, mixing, doing other stuff. Of course only in the evening because we have lives and jobs and stuff. Okay, so this is the signal chain for the guitar sound. So the recorded guitar sound goes first through the multiband compressor. It just controls the low mids and bass frequencies so that it doesn't get boomy, especially with palm muted sections. Next is the UAG LA2A. It's actually pretty harsh compression at this point. I guess you shouldn't do that, but it sounds okay and it just gives like a really nice and even level for the guitars, and it gives them some additional bite. Then come 2 equalizers, UAD Cambridge equalizers. Basically there's a huge resonance frequency around 3.7K that needs to be filtered out, and then there's a slight broad increase over the whole
mid to high frequency range, and then of course a low pass and a high pass, and a small dip around 200 Hertz. And then the second EQ has some additional notch frequencies for filtering out some unwanted noise, which gives, especially here in the low mids, gives a lot of clarity to the signal. And at the end there's like a little bit of vintage warmer, just to give everything a little bit more presence back. That's all.
Yeah, so obviously we don't have a label at work. We haven't even started looking for a label yet. You basically just publish those first 3 songs just to see if there's any reaction, people like them, and yeah, let's see what happens.